Today we're talking about empathy, to share with your friends who think they understand your situation but really don't have a clue.
Judgmental.
Sympathy versus empathy. Hey, the world needs more empathy, but sometimes it's just not possible. And if you can't empathize, then just acknowledge their situation and, well, shut up. You see, sympathy is just that. It's acknowledging that someone has a pain, but also understanding that you can't possibly fully understand the pain they're in. Empathy is not only acknowledging someone's pain, but also having a perspective to understand exactly where they're coming from because you've experienced a similar situation. It's very important in relationships, whether it be at work or your personal friends or even online in those comments, to know just where to draw the line between sympathy and empathy, to know whether you can really empathize with that person. Now, you can take what I'm about to say and place it in a scenario that makes you feel comfortable. So here's an example. Suppose there was a world event that caused tragedy to a certain group of people, say gay women from China. So if I happen to be speaking to a friend who is a gay woman from China, all I can say is, I understand there's been a situation, you have my sympathy and my support, and leave it at that. Now, for me to try to empathize would be totally wrong. Why? Well, because I'm not gay, I'm not a woman, and I've never been to China. That was Japan. China. So what possible grounds would I have to understand my friend's perspective or pain? It would be offensive for me to act like I did. Because I can't. I have zero point of reference. Now, given my lack of knowledge and perspective, it would be awesome for me to approach one of my friends who happens to be in that demographic and have a conversation with them, an open, honest conversation, so that I can gain some understanding into their perspective, just so that I could come closer to empathy, which of course I could never totally reach. But that's the best a person can do. Sidebar, lack of conversation towards empathy is the root of a lot of these political, cultural, and racial issues we're having right now. By having conversations, you can gain understanding from them. You can learn about perspective, but understand if you're not a part of the demographic, you could never be an authority. What about Rachel Dole? No. And in that case, especially not enough to say, well, as a Chinese gay woman, you should do this. Or as a gay Chinese woman, maybe you should feel this way. Or maybe you should have done this as a gay Chinese woman. That would be ridiculous. Plus, and this is important, if I want to ask my friend who happens to be a gay Chinese woman about what it's like to be a gay Chinese woman, I have to realize that she is just one gay Chinese woman. She doesn't represent all gay people, all women, or all Chinese. She's just one individual. An individual by which her actions don't represent the whole group or groups. And also any stereotypes that apply to a group, women, gay, or Chinese, don't necessarily apply to her. So the bottom line is this. If you're trying to empathize with someone and act like you understand, be careful, because you probably don't. And two, don't judge a person by the stereotypes of a group, and don't judge a group by the actions of a single person. Sympathize when you can, empathize if you can, and either way, seek understanding before you speak. Hey, I love you guys. If you feel what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button below or just share it, and I'll talk to you later. This is Judge. These are just my thoughts, and that's why I'm so judgmental.
Judgmental.